That I am. That I am on mute, but big up psychedelic scientist. It normally takes me off of mute as soon as we come out of the intro, but for some reason it didn't this time. No problem. I am going to restate happy Merry Christmas, and I hope that everyone's having a happy and joyous holiday for today. Big up to psychedelic scientists, caught by Callum. Big up to Edward as well, and all those that are joining us today. We're going to be doing a little bit of a Boxing Day preview, go through the league and what we have going on for ourselves, but more so for the entire league in general. We're going to do a more in-depth preview tomorrow for the roll call for our game. But for now, we're going to just, like I said, just take a nice little easy break from possibly from the Christmas table. Whether you've had, I don't know if you had your fill of Christmas food and your meals all together, but big up. Oh, I know, Cop by Column. I know, I can still see that it's you. And big up John Conway in the house. Big up John Conway. Good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure to see you. Definitely a very, very loyal and very, very righteous Red, I would say, for sure. John Conway, big up to you, brother. And I hope that you're having a great Christmas. Big up, Philip. Big up. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmases to you too. Big day coming up for tomorrow. Everyone has off for today, obviously, to enjoy the holiday with their families. But we do have some pretty interesting games that are going to be on tap for all of us. We have some games that are going to be, I would say, some games that some of us will possibly watch simply because they're on. There are some games that we will watch because we have actual interest in the outcomes. And we might find a couple of games that are interesting just because there might be some intriguing matchups. And I think that that's the case with a lot of pretty much all these games are a mixture of all those types of games for us this weekend. There might be one or two games that just, it's on, so I guess you'll give it a watch, But there is certainly some fun games to watch other than obviously the game that we all have our eyes on, and that is our matchup against Leicester. But I'm going to give you a rundown on the exciting Boxing Day preview. Like I said, so, I would love to hear your insight on some of these games. There's a bunch of games that we do have, but again, there's some games that won't be on tomorrow. They'll actually be on the day after Boxing Day. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's definitely get into it. So our first game that I have on the docket is Chelsea versus Fulham. Chelsea versus Fulham is going to be unique because obviously Chelsea is our closest contender to this title this year. Arsenal obviously is a title contender. City, whether they're City of today or City of yesterday, still always a viable contender for the title. And we still have to put in now Chelsea because Chelsea has emerged as a real threat, a viable threat as well, because they have a very, very, very good team, but also because they have a team that just doesn't necessarily want to go away. But then again, I mean, they have like 3 busloads of players, so this is probably not going to be the case when it comes to seeing what Chelsea can do this year. Chelsea under Enzo Maresca have been improving, but are up against a Fulham side that is unbeaten in 5 Premier League matches. That's pretty good, considering that Fulham is a team that is certainly viable of contending. I know that we did have the draw against them, the 2-2 draw against them. I will be it that it was interesting to hear some people's perceptions on that game. I personally think that it says a lot about our team, the fact that we were able to not only contend with them, but I think have them really on their back heels in that game, despite being down to 10 men against their 11. So it should be interesting to see what Chelsea will do against Fulham. It is a London derby, loosely put, I guess. I know it is. It is necessarily like it's a derby in a sense. It is a London derby, but I know that it's not one of the bigger name derbies when it comes to must see or all the fanfare that goes behind it. Um, Fulham's record, though, in this game historically is pretty poor. That's where it is concerning. Historically, their record against Chelsea is just 2 wins in 34 Premier League encounters. That's pretty poor. That is pretty poor to say the least. Could be the key storyline, but if there's any season where Fulham could cause an upset, I think it possibly could be this year. I'm not just saying that because obviously it would help us, but I don't know. Are you guys kind of feeling that Fulham has a chance in this one? I know it is at the Bridge, but it's an interesting fixture. I think it's a very interesting fixture, um, primarily because Fulham is a good team this year. We've seen it against us, and I guess we'll see it on hand as it is the early game tomorrow. So it will be something to see. Um, okay, I'll read some of the message that psychedelic scientists put up for us. Most teams don't really show up and park the bus when they go to 10 men. So it was nice to see us go for the win. Yeah, I agree with that completely. It was nice to see that we went all in, push the chips all in by going with like a front four, put four forwards up on that front line. Actually had at one point had like five forwards on the pitch. It was something saying that we weren't necessarily going to give up. We were going to try and get this win. I think that's why, and tell me if you guys think differently out there. I think that's really why when Slot made his comments about Ange before our game against Spurs, I really do think that's why he said or one of the reasons why he was giving such, real like praise towards Ange's approach to football. And I think, and why I'm saying that is that I know it's getting a lot of shtick, a lot of like pushback by certainly by their fan base in support of Ange. The process is now filtered down to whether you're Ange in or Ange out, pretty much. It's not just Levy out, Levy in, but it's now a case where you have a coach in Ange that was. I remember he went down to 10 men, or I think it might have been 9 men at one point, and he, just kept going at it, just didn't care, kept pushing forward, didn't just park the bus and try to play for a draw, tried to play for an actual not only point but get a win in the game, and just really tried his best to get an upset in that game that they were down to. I believe it was 9 men, if not, it was definitely 10, where they ended up losing. But still, all the same, it was like that gambler, that Kenny Rogers gambler mentality of Ange, and that he's willing to just, really, really let loose and try to get this win and go all out. And I think that's what we saw in that Fulham game. I mean, we could have easily just parked the bus, like what psychedelic scientists said, easily just put in an extra defender, and just really hunker down, just trying to hold on to a draw. But I think we were honestly trying to win that game. So Chelsea is a team that can be gotten at when it comes to their defense. I don't necessarily rate their defense that highly. Fulham is a team that does have a viable defense, but also has some offensive threats. So it could be interesting. We're going to recycle through these games and kind of get your opinions on what you believe will score. So we'll see about that as well. We got a friend and fellow co-host of the channel here. Got JK in the house. Let's see. I'll bring him in. JK, how you doing?
All good, bro. What are you saying? Everything good?
Everything's good. Everything's good. We're just going through some of these games. I got all the games lined up for Boxing Day, just doing a preview. So we
Mm-hmm.
just went about Chelsea and Fulham. I was just saying how I think that it's not a gimme, despite the fact that Chelsea has an incredible record against Fulham. Um, because Fulham has only 2 wins. They only have 2 wins in the Premier League, in their Premier League encounters against Fulham. So it is uphill sledding for Fulham against Chelsea, but we'll see. We shall
Which one?
see.
It's a
Wait, we have
derby.
it's a London derby. That's how I see it. Yeah, we have Lee in the house too. Okay, okay. Big up, Lee. How you doing?
Good, mate. Excellent.
Good, good,
Bless
good.
Yeah.
you.
Hi, Jay.
Yeah. Um,
No.
I mean, we can do these two. Why don't we do them? We'll do them as we'll do rather than recycle back. We could do them now for Chelsea Fulham. What do you guys have as being? Do you have draw, win, loss for Chelsea Fulham? What do you have for that pair? You don't have to give a score. You can just
Mm-hmm.
give a thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, or
Is
thumbs down. I guess
Chelsea at home or away?
Chelsea's at home.
Mm.
I'll go with the 2-2.
Okay, so a draw. Okay, I got this down.
Desmond, yeah.
All right, all right. Lee, what do you have for tomorrow?
I had the exact same score in mind myself, 2-2.
2-2.
For these, I think there's definitely going to be goals. Neither of them are brilliant defensively. I could see there being goals. So, yeah, 2-2 sounds right to me.
Okay. Okay. All right. I believe you guys are going to be correct, but I'll think a little bit outside the box, and I'll say a 1-0 win for Fulham. For full America. Full America. That's just wishful thinking, of course. Dara has it as okay, Chelsea has a win. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and you guys can play along at home as well if you guys want. If you do put it in there, I'll put your scores or put your you don't have to say you can say a home win, draw, loss, or or like you can put the score, whatever you like, just to kind of see what we're thinking. I'll put in Mark's score as well. He's got it 2-1 Chelsea. All right, all right. Our next game tomorrow, Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Now, this game isn't one that I have on my must-see list, but I will admit this, that Bournemouth sitting in an impressive, let me repeat that, a very, very impressive 5th position, are chasing a top 4 spot. No one in their right mind had Bournemouth chasing Europe, by at Christmas would have been saying, yeah, Bournemouth will be in the hunt for Europe. And I mean not Europa Europe. I'm talking about Champions League Europe. As in we might this year, I think luck or some might luck out in that I think we might get 5 spots in the Champions League for the next Champions League coming up. It's looking like I believe that's looking like what's going to end up happening. So even if you get 5th place, you will still get to go to Champions League as opposed to 5th place, meaning you're going to Europa. But but yeah, they're right now. Bournemouth is in high flying form, despite underperforming in terms of expected goals (XG), and they're facing Crystal Palace, a side I'd say that's reeling from a heavy loss to Arsenal. I mean, that was pretty bad considering. I guess that's a London derby too. I guess, right? So, so to have lost to a Arsenal team I think it was 5-1, it really puts a dampener on Crystal Palace's pursuit of getting victories. But they're going to Bournemouth, so Bournemouth I think, are pretty much favorites in this game, and the win here could set them up for even more success. What do you see Bournemouth and Crystal Palace? How do you see that working out? And Marquet's like, draw. I got you, Marquet.
I'm going for a Bournemouth 3-1 win, bro. Actually, 2-1. 2-1.
Okay. What made you pull it back a little bit?
I don't know. I was thinking 3-1, but I'm thinking Crystal Palace aren't bad. So it might be tighter than what we think. Bournemouth are doing well, you know. I just feel Palace are not a bad team. They got battered last week against Arsenal 5-1, but I'm going with a 2-1.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
Yeah, Palace can pull out a performance at any given time, but it's Bournemouth who are in form, isn't it? And Bournemouth are at home. So we're going to do the sensible thing and go for a Palace win.
Oh, wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting that one. All right. And I just see we have the Irishman joining us too. Brian, how are you doing?
Yeah, good man. Yeah, good.
Good. We are going through we're going through a preview, a Boxing Day preview, a little after dark special. We weren't gonna necessarily do. I had a late start on the day, so it was tough getting everything's rocking and rolling. But we are here on Christmas Day, and we spoke on Chelsea Fulham. Did you have a Chelsea win, Chelsea loss, Chelsea draw in that matchup against Fulham, by the way?
Trying to remember what I did yesterday. Yeah, me and Lee did this yesterday on my show.
Okay.
Yeah, I went 3-3 on that one. Yeah.
You want to draw?
Yeah, I went 3-3 Fulham Chelsea.
Okay.
Because
that's 2 goals. There's a lot of goals.
Nalante was going 2-2. Yeah, Nalante was going 2-2. I was going to go 2-2, so not to put the same one. I put 3-3 Chelsea Fulham. I think it'll be that kind of game. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How about for Bournemouth then?
Same as Lee. Looking at like Bournemouth should, if everything goes according to plan, Bournemouth should beat them 3-0 all day, every day. So I went with a 2-1 Palace win for a Boxing Day. That's my wild card upset, because everyone will look at that and go, "Oh, that's the obvious win." Blah blah blah. So I think, I'm backing the Palace upset in a prediction, but I wouldn't put money on it. Yeah, I wouldn't put money on it at all.
Okay. That's the one where that's the one that messes up the parlay or something.
Yeah, the coupon buster.
or what do you guys call it again? What do you guys call it? The accumulator?
Coupon buster, I think. It's the one that ruins your 10 and a whatever it means. Yeah, it's like, Bournemouth, obviously they're going to win. So, but then it's like it turns out Palace show up and get a 2-1.
Yeah. Bournemouth is a really they are a high octane offense right now, which is probably.
I wouldn't put a penny on it happening of my own money. I would literally would not put a penny on my butt for a prediction show. I'm going to call it as the upset one because it's not going to cost me.
Okay.
It feels quite strange calling Bournemouth favourites for any game, but that's the position they're in now. They've become quite established as a decent Premier League side, haven't they?
Yeah.
And better than many that there are at the moment. So, it's one of them, isn't it? It's an interesting one. You think Bournemouth are going to win, don't you? Because they've been in great form. They've just spanked United at Old Trafford, but this has got the air of maybe getting brought down to earth or something about it, this game.
Yeah, a bit of a party pooping performance.
Party pooper.
They'll be smart after conceding 5 against Arsenal, won't they, Palace? And they conceded 4 to them only days earlier, didn't they? So they conceded 9 in 2 games. They'll be looking to tighten up, won't they, Palace?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, let's see. We have this game I have up next. And again, you can play at home. If you do give me a score or give me like a thing, I will put it down. We can kind of go over. Well, I'll bring out the scores or bring out what you decided on. If you want to give out a score, cool. If you want to give out just a Chelsea win or Bournemouth win or however you want to place it, or Bournemouth draw, you can say it that way too. It's just a matter of like that way you can feel good about, hey, I predicted the future or something like that, I guess. But this next game, I think, is a very intriguing game for a couple of different reasons. This next game is Newcastle versus Villa. Now, Newcastle will be hosting Villa, and I think that will be. I got you, Bonkers. I'll put you down, Bonkers. I think that this game's going to be one of the better games actually on Boxing Day, to be honest with you. Primarily because Newcastle have been dominant, and I mean dominant at home. They've won their last winning their last 2 4-0. Like at last 2 games winning with a score of 4-0. They put up a lot of goals against us as well, in a game that should have ended up as a draw, or excuse me, should have ended up as a win for us, but ended up as a draw for us, unfortunately. However, in this game of Newcastle versus Villa, both teams are in pretty solid form. Villa was a little bit trying to find their footing. There's a little bit of a dip in their performances. They kind of seem like they're going through the growing pains of having to deal with Champions League and Premier League, and possibly even, at the time during some of those runs, during even the League Cup. But however, both teams are in solid form now. Newcastle's Bruno G and Sandro Tonali are both in fantastic form for Newcastle. And Villa has been showing, as I said, resilience with strong midfield performances that have really been the difference for them, along with their Colombian striker that has come in, that has really put Ali into a place of wondering, should he even be a starter on that team or not? What do you have for this game? Newcastle's going to be a fun game, I think. What do you guys have for the Newcastle game? Let's go. We'll start with Brian, or Brian's on mute. So I'll start with Lee. Lee, what's your ideas for this one?
Sorry, didn't realize.
No worries.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Lee. I'll go to Brian next.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go for the Villa win away from home. Is it Newcastle, is it?
It's at Newcastle, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a Villa smash and grab of 1-0.
Okay. How about for you, Brian?
Trying to remember what I predicted on this. This is a really tough one, actually. This one.
It is a tough game. It is a tough game to pick.
Yeah, it kind of says a bit of it. It says draw. It says 2-2 a little bit, but I gave it to Newcastle yesterday because they're at home.
Okay.
I just think it's such a tight game. I'm not going to call it a draw. That's an easy one. So I'll just give it to Isaac's in good form.
He is.
They're in good form. So it's in goal. So 3-1 to Newcastle.
3-1 Newcastle.
Yeah.
I predict a dull, uninspiring game in which there's only one goal, and that goal goes to Villa. And even the goal itself is fairly ugly.
Is it an own goal or is it like a goal?
Yeah, I'd say it's an own goal.
That.
Yeah. An ugly goal to win an ugly game is what I'm predicting there. It's going to be boring, dull, not much goal.
I mean, this one's got us. Everyone's split on this one. What's your projection, JK? I'm gonna bring in the scores from the chat too, because it's interesting how the chat's looking at it as well. Split in the chat.
I see goals like 3-3.
Okay, a little Daniel Day-Lewis.
Is that Duran? Yeah, that's good. I see a 3-3, man. Goals definitely.
Okay.
Duran is up in form. Gordon's doing all right as well. So I just see goals in that game. That's why I'm going with it. That's why when Lee said I see a boring 1-0, I was like, I don't I see goals.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like that's why this game is interesting. You know, Brian's assessment of the game he just gave. You just said that you see goals in this game. Lee says he doesn't see goals in this game. Says it as a boring game. He said on top of that. The chat got it.
This one.
Huh? Say again.
It's not going to live up to its billing this game.
Oh wow, okay.
As a a big matchup, and that it's going to be quite a dull affair, I reckon. This one.
Okay. Yeah, the chat's got it like 3-2. Mark A's got Newcastle winning. Bonkers has got it. Villa winning. Phillips got it. Newcastle. He thinks it'll be the game of the day tomorrow. Callum has it at Newcastle, getting a 3-1 victory over Villa. Pick up, Michael. Been a minute, Michael. Hope you're well. Merry Christmas to you, brother. Definitely. Hope that you're definitely well. Yeah, it's one of those games where I didn't do a what do you call, like a preview of the, how like they do the previews, or not previews, they do like the prediction previews of the season. They try to pick the whole like where teams are gonna place and everything else. I didn't do one of those. I don't like doing those because like people hold those predictions as if they are like the gospel, or like they're written in like, because the table, or it's going to always adjust and adapt to injuries and and the likes and transfers and the likes of that too. But like you make a prediction, and I remember one year I made a prediction of a team of I think I predicted Leeds, and they ended up like I predicted them, I think, getting like 5th or 6th. They ended up getting like obviously relegated, but it was like, oh, you picked Leeds, oh, it shows you this and shows you that, and I'm just like, come on, man, it's just a prediction. It's not like anything serious. But I still got pushed into a corner to ask what was my predictions for this year, and I had Villa making Europe again this year, and I think that Emery is a talented, super talented coach.
And by Europe, you mean top 4, by the way?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you meant top. You mean Champions League, not just Europe.
Yeah, Champions League Europe. Yes, not just like 5th or 6th place or whatever. But
I thought they'd have difficulty because of just in whether they get the people in to adapt to the step up. Because that was all it was ever going to be. It's like, okay, they did brilliant last year, but can they do that and play Champions League?
Mm-hmm.
It seems to have had a little bit of an effect on them at the moment, but they're come back strong, right? Yeah, this Newcastle Villa game, man, I wouldn't be touching it with money. No chance.
Right. Yeah.
And it's way too tight to call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel we cancel each other out. I don't know why, but that they're quite well matched up to do that to each other as sides.
Yeah, agreed. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to call, and it's not only a tough one to call, but it's something where, again, I want to pick Villa in this game, but I just know Newcastle is very, very tough at St. James Park, and it's their
home advantage.
They have that home advantage. That's not an easy place to play.
That's the stronger for me was home advantage.
Yeah.
If that was at Villa Park, I'm going Villa.
It's only because Villa Park is very difficult to play at. That Villa is a night and day difference of a team when it's at home. And that's another reason why I'm like. And
Newcastle play well against the bigger teams.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably end up going with a draw in this one just to play it safe. But I see goals in this game, though. I do see goals. I see like a 2-2 draw. I'll put my score down too. This next game. All right, the next game I have on the docket here. I said this, and I'll repeat it again. I honestly do think, I saw a couple of different takes from some of the pundits out there trying to say, oh, it was a master stroke by Slot to kind of big up Ange before this and everything else. So I think they're trying to make it sound like he honestly wasn't being genuine with his statements. I think the contrary, to be honest with you. I honestly think that Slot did think those thoughts about Ange. I think he does like the way that Ange plays football. Again, I think it's connected to why and how, even though we were down to 10 men, for instance, against Fulham, a very, very good team, a team that was playing us well, even when we did have 11 versus 11. But yet we still went for a win against them, even with 10 men down. It's very similar to what I said we saw Spurs do in their when they were tasked with the same similar situation in a matchup earlier this year. They ended up losing their matchup. We ended up drawing our match. I just think that Ange and both Slot like the idea of wanting to go for that win, wanting to go for the W. And Spurs are going to have a very, very difficult game because Forest surprising climb. Certainly, I think you can all say it is a very surprising climb to the top of the table. No one had, I will be more than willing to put that no one had on their bingo card Forest top 4. Okay. So Forest has climbed to the top of the table, led obviously by a defensive-minded solidarity of a concept for their team, something that is night and day difference from what Spurs do or have in their team. And it's kind of interesting that Nuno was the Spurs former coach, and how many Spurs fans, complained and languished at his approach to the game. And now here it is, they're in two different positions in the table. So Spurs are obviously coming off that heavy defeat against us. And they're under immense pressure, especially considering they struggle to defend against set pieces. And Forest is very, very exceptional at set pieces, and they're riding high on the momentum. I don't know how long this European dream is going to go for them, but do you think that Spurs could at least put a little bit of a wrinkle in it? Lee, what are your feelings on this game?
Well, it's whether Spurs can come back from that performance against us, whether they can put that away in their minds and perform. But Forest are doing well, aren't they, currently? So it's going to be tough for them there. Yeah, probably will be goals in this, won't there? Can't see Spurs keeping a clean sheet. Maybe another Desmond's, another 2-2.
Okay. Desmond's got a lot of sermons. Okay, I got you.
Desmond's about.
Yeah. JK, how about for yourself?
And the game, what was the game again, bro?
This game is Forest hosting Spurs.
That's going to be a bit wild as well.
Yeah.
But I think Forest, Tottenham won 4-0 there. Let me have a little quick think. I reckon a 1-2 Tottenham.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-1 Tottenham. Let's go with that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That's the sort of thing Tottenham will do, though.
Your Spurs winning. Okay.
Say again, bro?
Your Spurs winning. 2-1.
Yeah, Spurs winning 2-1. Yeah.
Got you. How about for yourself, Bri?
Yeah, like kind of the opposite to the Bournemouth one. I don't think there's going to be a shock there.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. 4-2 win the Forest. either 4-1 or 4-2 to Forest. I'd say
4-2, 4-2 or 4-1. You said.
Yeah, I'll say 4-2. 4-2 to Forest.
Wow. Okay. I only say wow only because I know they're bad defensively at the moment. They're very they're hampered with the selections that they have available to make in that back line. But
yeah, Forest going to destroy them.
You got that's a Forest beatdown.
Yep.
Wow. I don't mind it. I mean, like considering I have I guess I kind of mind it. I have Chris Wood on my fantasy team, so it'd be nice to see him get a couple goals. That's what I said, Mark, too, and that's why I have 1-0. I have a 1-0 game here, a 1-0 Forest win. Only because I don't think Forest's attack is that great, and I don't. But I think of them as being more, especially at home, going to hold down the defense a little bit more. It's tough because Forest is a tough place to play, and obviously we remember that well, considering that we only eked out a 1-0 victory there too. From who scored that goal in that game?
Forest. We didn't get 1-0 win. We got 1-0. We got beaten there.
No, we didn't.
We lost to Forest this year.
No, we lost to Forest at home. Last year, I said.
Oh, when we went. Oh, sorry.
Didn't he? Like he's on with that header.
What? Wait, no, wait. What happened? Who scored
Darwin got a flicked header late on to win it. Remember that just game, and they were
Forest going to destroy Spurs. Forest are going to absolutely ruin Spurs.
Okay.
They're going to make that. Yeah. They're going to say that attack doesn't look that great. They're going to look pretty good against Spurs. I tell you.
I get it.
Pretty good against Spurs.
I get it.
That's
I was just wondering. I didn't know. I was just trying to help the memory banks of Brian a little bit.
I don't care what happened. Have you seen Spurs? This isn't about Forest, man. This is about Spurs. They are
talking about Spurs right now. I'm talking about,
but they're playing Forest.
I was just reminiscing, Brian, about the last time.
But you're asking. Yeah, but if you're saying, "Oh no, but you can't back Forest this way," because I'm saying, but I'm backing them in a game against Spurs in the team.
Back whoever you like. Yeah, I got you.
I can only back the team in this thing. So we just put 6 past them.
Yeah.
They just look in absolute shambles. They're going away. I think everything you said, set pieces, the whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game like I'd be sitting down to watch this game. This is a game I'd be expecting entertainment, expecting goals. Definitely, this isn't going to be a 1-0. No chance. This is going to be a 1-0.
All right. So you got Mark A and myself have a 1-0 Forest win. I do have them scoring probably off a set piece, but yeah, it'd be it's interesting. All right, so maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right, or maybe vice versa. We shall see. That's a game definitely that will be an interesting. It'll be an interesting game. It'll be an interesting game, to say the least. The next game I have on the docket is the 5:30 game, right? And I think that out of all the games, this is probably the most unappealing game out of all of them. So probably it'll be the best game of the day or something. But Southampton versus West Ham. Southampton have a new manager and will face West Ham in what could be maybe a tight tactical contest. Do you think? Maybe, I don't know. West Ham has had a somewhat inconsistent season, to say the least, and Southampton improved defensively, and have figured out a way to try to put some actual context towards scoring, because they have to grind out results. And can they grind out a result at home at St. Mary's? That's the big question. So So it should be interesting. I believe that this is there's I believe it is too.
It was a 0-0. They got with
I believe that, I think the United game is at 5 is at 4 o'clock, all right? I think it's at 4 o'clock. It says 1500 GMT time. So I think that's 4 o'clock. Or 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, excuse me. 3 o'clock.
No, GMT is UK.
Yeah. But it's they have it at in like what we call military time, where it's like 1500 hours.
Oh no, I know what 1500 means, but I mean CE. Yeah,
GMT, yes, UK time. Yeah.
That's UK time. Yeah,
Yeah. I just meant 1500, or it says 1500 on here, or at least what I put down was 1500. So that would mean 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock game. I don't have these in complete order, but I do have the next matchup is again I have Southampton versus West Ham being the matchup. And what is it about this game that intrigues you at all? Is there anything about this game that you'd be interested in?
Not much. I was not really intrigued, but moderately interested that Southampton managed to keep a clean sheet against Fulham. Maybe they can do it again against West Ham. But West Ham have got a lot of good forward players, so I don't know if they can get another result. They done well out of whole Fulham, didn't they? Got the same result against Fulham we did.
Wolves is 5:30. I see it right now. Mark, you are correct.
Yeah, that's a late game. Yeah,
it's a late game.
10:30.
Trying to think what that is. That's because the times I have listed also are East Coast times, so I gotta still do the math in my head. That's why I'm trying to figure it out. But it would be
everything up to like Man City is the early game. All the rest are 3 p.m. kickoffs. Then then Wolves are later.
It goes Man City, Bournemouth. I'll just say the home teams: Man City, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Newcastle, Forest, Southampton, and then Wolves, and then our game is the last game on Boxing Day. And then there's the 2 other games that are on that are actually on Friday.
Yeah, it doesn't have. Yeah, there's no. No. Man City is the early game. That's 12:30 kickoff. Everybody else is at 3 p.m. Then United away at Wolves. That's at 5:30, and we play at 8. So we're the extra late game.
Let's see. I got Mark at 2-0 West Ham. Bonkers Southampton. Bonkers has it at 1-0 Southampton. We'll get to that. Well, I'll get your United score in there when we get up to United. They're a little bit further down on the list here for me, and as well as Liverpool. But what do you have for this Southampton West Ham game then? Do you want to tell score, or you tell win, loss, draw, whichever you like? Brian.
I'll say a 2-1 win to West Ham. I'll say 2-1.
Yeah, I'll say 3-1. 3-1 win West Ham.
I'm going 2-1 Southampton.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 2-1 Southampton. And Brian, what'd you go, 3-1?
Well, yeah, but West Ham.
West Ham, right. And Bonkers went Southampton 1-0 too. And Mark went 2-0. Wow. Oh, and Bonkers, that's the other score. This game is like such an ugly game to like think about.
Oh, I wouldn't even be watching that. No chance.
You know what I mean? This game is not. This is a tough sell when it comes to the PR department trying to put together the advertising for this one. I'll go with Southampton is so bad.
That's why it's not on TV, you know.
Yeah. Oh, for you guys, it's not on. It's on television for us, but yeah.
No, it's a blackout game, basically. That's why it's a blackout game.
I got you. Makes sense. I'll go. I'll go 2-1 Southampton. All right. Next here we have Brighton versus Brentford. This is a very, very intriguing game, I think, because Brighton started off the season as a once promising season, and that's somewhat faltered as of late. I know that the young coach was seen as being a bright rising star, but now some of that has definitely dimmed a little bit. They'll see this match against a Brentford side struggling away from home as an opportunity possibly to bounce back. Brighton will need their attackers to rediscover their form, obviously, to break down Brentford's leaky defense, to say the least. And that means you might see a Matoma or a João Pedro possibly get, or even, I don't know, I'm going blank on his name. Let me pull up that team at the game, actually.
That's true, actually. I forgot that what the lads are saying. It's actually, there is no blackout tomorrow because of Stephen's Day. Amazon Prime are actually showing all the games.
Okay.
It's one of those one-off. Yeah. I remember reading that earlier. Actually, tomorrow is one of those days where actually you can watch, assuming you have all of the streaming services, you can watch. But yeah, there are no blackout games tomorrow. That's true, actually. Not that you could watch all 6 games unless you're one of those people that says they watch all the games at the same time.
Anyway. Yeah,
they're there, so they're available.
Yeah, James Milner is out for tomorrow, and Danny Welbeck is out as well, so he will not be scoring for them either. So let's see who I think is going to score in it too. By the way, I don't know. Brentford's such a good. I like Brentford this year. By the way, I really think Brentford has a good squad. I showed you how they were. We were talking about clinicalness and clinical forwards and the likes. They have 2 players on their squad that are definitely the top 2 on conversion rates on their team. I wonder if they can put something on there. But you're right, Mark. Brentford on the road is a different setting. It is certainly a different setting. They let us down against Chelsea. So scoring late, but not obviously scoring enough in that game.
Well, it's not their job.
Yeah, it is in my book. But
what, to win games for us is Brentford's job?
Absolutely. That's their job. That's all their jobs. All rivals and neutrals are supposed to lose when do their job of losing when facing any opponent, and also helping us out as best they can to make the road that much easier. But yeah, I don't know if they exactly sign up for that or not. But for Brighton, Brentford, what do you have for this game, Brian? What do you have for Brighton, Brentford? How do you see Brentford traveling on the road to the beach?
Well, if they do their job and they do what's best for Liverpool, then they should probably lose a game, right? That's what their job is, to lose games when it suits us.
Mm-hmm.
They should lose tomorrow.
Oh, I don't think neither one of these teams.
Give them the memo. Oh, okay. So okay.
I was just meant for Brentford beating when they were facing Chelsea. That's all.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, the whole thing about other teams doing you a favor. It's no. I think Brentford away at Brighton. Goals, but a slight Brighton win, so 3-2.
3-2. Brighton.
Oh yeah, 3-2. Yeah, 3 as in 3-2 win. Home win. Yeah,
3-2. JK. Brighton, Brentford. What are you looking at? What's your crystal ball got?
5-2 Brighton.
Holy crap. Okay. All right. There you have it.
And I actually like Brentford the way they play and stuff, but I think sometimes they leak too many goals. So I think tomorrow they might get some goals against them. Yeah.
So 5-2 Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's definitely some Christmas cheer for Brighton, and that goes that way. Lee, what do you have?
I think Brighton will win. I'll say 2-0.
2-0.
Mm.
Brighton. Lee has that 2-0. Brighton. Well, it looks like everyone's going Brighton. Everyone's going Brighton. Bonkers want Brighton. Mark A want Brighton. Oh, that would have been big if he had scored. That would have been big. Bonkers. He's saying how Garajo should have scored in that Chelsea versus Brentford game.
Would have been nice of him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been real nice. Max has it 2-0 Brighton. All right. Big up, Max, by the way. Good to see you. Geez, no one has Brentford winning. Wow. I guess I'll be your Huckleberry and pick a 2-1 Brentford. 2-1 Brentford. Be out there. All right. You'll probably be the only one that loses that one. Everyone has it assuredly as Brighton's going to win that game. Okay. Well, Arsenal will be hosting Ipswich Town. They'll be taking on the Tractor Boys on the day following. And again, I don't have these in the order of how they're going to be playing, so keep that in mind. So I have this Arsenal game up next, and Arsenal will look to maintain their title challenge, obviously, despite the absence of Saka due to injury. Martinelli could be the choice that gets selected to be the replacement in his place. And now a Gabriel Jesus is in incredible form. The Gunners should face some type of challenge from a team that is a relegation threatened team in the Tractor Boys, but I don't think that it's going to be anything of an upset in the making. But it's going to be very interesting to see where they get their scores and where they get their goals from. Obviously, they're going to possibly revert to being more of, set piece FC. So what would you have this game looking like for you, Lee? Can the Tractor Boys pull out some type of miraculous victory at the Emirates?
No, I think the Tractor Boys are headed for another bloodbath like the one at Newcastle. I think they're going to get absolutely slaughtered. The Tractor's going to run over them or something with that chopping bit, like hanging out the chops you to bits.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a Christmas thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think Arsenal are going to cut them up. Yeah, even with Saka being out, I think Arsenal will score a few goals here. Maybe another 5.
Okay. Bonkers has it 3-0 Arsenal. Mark A has it 2-0 Arsenal. What did you have your score being, Lee? Or if you want to give a score, it's cool. If not, you can just give a win, loss, draw.
I'll say 4 for Arsenal and none. 4-0. Yeah.
4-0.
Ipswich. Mm.
All right.
Yeah, 4-0, none for Ipswich.
All right. All right. JK, how about you?
I'll go with a 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1. So you got. I'm just curious. Who puts it into the back of the net for Ipswich? I'm just curious. Who you can see.
Got that
Schmodic.
up front. He's one, and the lad we paid up front from Man City.
Oh
Mapai,
yeah. He's having a little bit of a definite surge in popularity. Yeah, for sure.
And then you got the guy from Chelsea. I think he's on loan from Chelsea actually. The winger.
What's it? It's Liam Delap, right? Yeah, Marquez.
Yeah.
Saw it too.
No, Delap is the guy they bought from Man City for 20 million. They own him.
Yeah, he's the guy.
The guy they got from Chelsea is Amari Hutchinson on loan.
Well, they have
the
Lap has a buyback clause though in his.
I know, but someone said who is the guy that they have on loan from Chelsea? That's not Liam
from
Delap.
Chelsea. From Chelsea. No, yeah.
Is Amari Hutchinson. Yeah, Liam Delap, they bought him, as in they bought him. Yeah, I get there's a buyback clause, but he's not on loan from Chelsea. They bought him from Man City.
Right.
Amari Hutchinson is the guy that they have on loan from Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Liam Delap is the player I was referencing that has the buyback clause for City if they're interested in purchasing him back. You never know, considering how well he's doing, and especially if they do get relegated, I think that will be probably something that you see happen.
Yeah, but they don't have a buyback clause on them. They have a what's called a first refusal, which means they can match they can't just take him back by triggering an amount. So they actually would have to match a bid, but Liam Delap could choose to join another club. So it's one of those kind of first refusal things where they get to match another bid. But yeah, they kind of sold him thinking that I don't see them taking him back. Basically, is what I'm saying. But he could he wouldn't have to go back there if another club matched their bid. You know, Man City would then have to come in and match that bid, but Delap would also have to agree to go back. So I think they kind of. I'd be surprised if he ended up back there. I would, but he's a very good player. I see him going like above Ipswich, but then, somewhere else. But they're not like if City brought him back, they'd just sell him again a year later, and he knows that. So, Bonker St. Calvin Phillips still there. Yeah, I don't think he even gets a game anymore. I don't know what's happened to that guy's career, man. That's a hell of a drop.
Did him harm going to City, didn't it?
Massive mistake. Yeah, he should have gone. I mean, we were.
You can't blame the guy. I mean, anybody would, wouldn't he? But yeah, it didn't do his career good. Did it go into City?
No, big mistake going there. Never barely played. Then goes to West Ham, scores an own goal on his debut, or got sent off on his debut or something. And then in another game scored another own goal. It's just like, oh man, what has happened to you? Kind of painful to watch for a while. Yeah. I'd give it to Arsenal 5-0, but I think they're just going. Yeah, I'd say Arsenal going to Arsenal thing to beat 5-0. Everybody, look at us, how good we are. Like, come on, it's Ipswich at home.
Who will he replace Saka with? Is Sterling? Someone said Sterling's injured as well, so who's going to come in? They got Trossard, Havertz, and Martinelli, haven't they? Have they got any other attackers apart from Sterling and Saka?
That could play the Saka role. Who plays?
They've still got Jesus, Gabriel Jesus as well, haven't they? Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Trossard would probably be an option for them.
Yeah, I think
Jesus being that he's in form right now.
Yeah. I think they'll score a few. Yeah, I think Ipswich will get a second pounding in days after the one that Newcastle gave them. Be another horror show. The Tractor Boys.
Yeah, I think they'll put Jesus on the right. Definitely. I think that's just what they'll do. It should be enough to beat Ipswich. So, I mean, yeah, it's not ideal, but it's enough to beat them at home, right? So.
We could do with knocking a few in against Leicester because I think our goal difference is 3 above them and Chelsea. So we could do with knocking a few in against Leicester if that's what they do against Ipswich. Really looking at that extra point of the goal difference, like so much now. Want that. Yeah, Man United on the 5th will be the halfway point of the season, won't it? That'll be the 19th game, bang halfway through the season then. Yeah, it's getting later and later in the season, isn't it? Still early-ish, but yeah, come January the 5th, we'll have played half the league games we're going to play this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
now we're going to get the teams we already played: Brentford, Man U. So we've got West Ham Sunday.
We got Forest and Brentford away, haven't we? After United, we got Accrington and Spurs in the cup, and then we're away two away games to Forest and Brentford.
Well,
we could put clear day.
I think that with the Arsenal. Well, Arsenal sit on 33 points currently. They obviously have they're a game ahead of us in the sense of they have 17 games played, obviously. Excuse me. But they still do sit a whole 6 points behind us currently, even with a game in hand. And they would have, in this matchup, they would most likely see a front line of maybe Martinelli playing in that Saka role, have Jesus on the left, and put Havertz still in that front striker position. So that's probably what you'll see come out.
They got a few options, haven't they? They got 4 good forwards there for 3 places.
Well, the option,
Trossard and Martinelli.
The main option that they would have probably utilized is out also. I mean, Raheem Sterling is also injured as well. So that kind of puts a little bit of a, dampener on them thinking that they at least, maybe plug the hole in the lifeboat and be able to withstand the incoming water until Saka returns. But being that Sterling's out, Ben White's out, Tomiyasu's out, and Saka's out, those are 4 decent players that Arsenal does somewhat find themselves looking to utilize when they try to win their games. But their midfield is still strong. They have Odegaard, probably have Rice and Partey in the midfield. Their back line is the same that we've probably seen it or would expect to see it with Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber being in their back line, with Raya being in keep. So we'll see. It's going to be very interesting how Ipswich holds together against them and where they end up getting their offense, or at least how they hold down their defense. The other game, since we're going contenders, I brought contenders and pretenders. Manchester City will be facing against Everton, and Manchester City, despite recent struggles, are favorites at home against Everton, obviously, who have been defensively solid, but Everton struggle to score. I think that could be an understatement. City's offensive firepower should be enough to overcome Everton's defensive tactics in this game. Even if they've been conceding first in many matches this season, I don't believe that this is going to be one of those that they concede an early goal. Nothing to get our hopes up about City, but it's very interesting. City's plight. They sit. Let me repeat this. They sit with 27 points that is a full 12 points behind us in the table. And that's still with a game in hand as well. That is something that I don't think any of us really could have foreseen rolling into Christmas, rolling into Boxing Day, excuse me, and it being, whereas normally we're asking how far or how many points does City have, period, or how many points do we have to make up, or how many points do we have to try to maintain to keep pace with City. That's not the case this year. So it's very interesting. They have a plus 4 differential in their GA is a plus, or excuse me, their GD is a +4. Ours is +21. As even with some of those goals that we've let in as well lately, it's pretty exceptional. Lee, what do you have as your predictions for this game?
A 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a 0-0. Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Brian, what do you have for this game?
Okay.
For the City Everton game?
Yeah.
Sorry. 1-1.
1-1. Okay. And who do you have scoring, by the way, for Everton? If you could.
No, just 1-1. No, just draw. 1-1.
Okay.
I don't. No, come on. I don't. I'm just saying they're going to take a point. That's all I'm saying. I don't. I think they're going to take a point off them.
Okay. All right. Psychedelic Scientist has it Everton 1-0. Wow. Okay. That would certainly be an upset. That would certainly be an upset. What do you have it at, JK?
I'm going with a 1-1.
Okay. Wow.
Sean Dyche will score for Everton.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's the goal scorer.
Yeah, Lukaku maybe comes back and scores a goal for Everton. That's probably as likely as Sean Dyche. Bonkers has it 1-0 to Everton. You guys have, oh wow, this is incredible. The day that I never thought I would see, the day where City would be reeling the way that they're reeling, and then people picking Everton to beat them at the Etihad. It'd be one thing if it was Everton at home, but to pick them at the Etihad.
Nobody's predicted City will score, whether they predicted it to draw or a defeat. Nobody's predicted they'll score.
Yeah. Just Brian and JK are only ones that picked. Oh, they did say 1-1, so they did say 1-1. But
Brian,
yeah. Oh, and Marque has it. I just saw Marque's score. Marque has it. Marque is confident that they will come off of the slide and get a 2-0 win. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this team and how they line up, to tell you the truth. It'll be very interesting to see how they line up. Because he's just been mixing it up so much. He's been mixing up so much. Go ahead, Brian.
No, it's got to win eventually. You know?
Yeah, they do.
They're not going to lose every game. They're going to tank somebody 3-0 eventually. So.
Yeah, they do. What is it? Philip says 1-0 to City. He said another word for it, but I got you, Phil. I got you. It would be great to see Everton pull out the victory there. Certainly.
Everton ain't a team they want to play though.
No.
If you're looking for a victory, if you're looking for someone, you want to play.
You have to win it, aren't they?
Yeah, you want to play Fulham. You want to play. I don't know. Some teams going to come at you and play and all that shit. If you're looking for a win, yeah, look, you might beat Everton, no problem, but they're not the team you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like the team that's happy to just sit there and spoil all that. You want to play a team that's going to come out and you know, like Fulham or Tottenham or something to come out and play football against you and just give you a chance. I can just see Sean Dyche just going there and spoiling their Christmas dinner and, you know, just going, oh, not going to come out and play against you. Not going to do it. And it's a horrible team if you need a win to go against Everton.
Did it well for Chelsea the other day. Okay, it was a Goodison. They did it well enough against Chelsea.
Yeah, 2 clean sheets in a row, three clean sheets in a row. One of them against Chelsea, one of them against Arsenal. I mean, I don't want to be. If I'm in the, like, if you need to go out and, you know, regain your confidence, go out and basically look, just go and hammer somebody, right? That's all they want to do. Everton is not the team you want to be trying to do that against, especially off the back of kind of some really kind of hyper gritty performances and that kind of thing. You know, it's
Everton are a bit weak in attack currently, so it might take a Keystone Cop scenario from City's defence to unlock themselves for Everton. But yeah, I'm going for a 0-0 still. But I would love Everton to get a win. Mate, I'd be made up if Everton battered them, never mind a 1-0. I'd be happy for Everton to batter them all over the place, but it's not going to happen, is it, with Everton's
no.
line? Like,
Beto turns into prime Ronaldo for a day or something.
The best hope they've got is, like, that City are a bit dodgy at the back, like, and give something away.
What I was going to also include is what was said here was actually it was a good point. Let me bring it back up. Callum and Mark A both brought up some good points. The first point was by Callum, who said basically Doku versus Coleman is a match to watch because Ashley Young is suspended for this game, actually.
Yeah. Coleman and Young are both ancient, like, in terms of their legs, and Doku's got plenty of legs, and he is fast.
Yeah, but I don't think Doku is going to start. I don't think he's going to start
anyway. So
I think Pep will utilize him like he's been doing so far this year, and that's like
he won't start, no chance.
Yeah, as that off the bench, resource. I do think that we'll see Grealish start this game. I think Grealish showed some decent stuff yesterday, and maybe with a little bit of a resurgence of Grealish, and it'll maybe pep up a little bit of Phil Foden to score, because Phil Foden has not scored, I think, in the entire calendar year, I want to say, or something. It was some crazy stat out there about.
Oh no, not the it won't be the calendar year. That would be from January till 21st. So he scored a lot at the back end. So maybe not in this Premier League season, but calendar year would be January the 1st till 31st. So he scored a lot of goals last season. So that would be from. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if he hasn't scored in this league season. Barely featured, barely played. Well, no, he has featured, but he, in terms of performances, he's been pretty low down on what he did last year. Foden, Haaland, Grealish.
Did he finally break his streak? Did he finally score against his one goal this season? Okay, he did score against Villa. That's what Callum's saying. I'll find the stat that I was thinking of, because there was some crazy stat about Phil Foden and how, like, when you really look at it, it is certainly a major difference with what we've seen or expected to see from Phil Foden. Some say a regression of form, to say at least. Let's see. Also, Mark was saying how there'll be no space in behind for Haaland against Everton. They're certainly going to park the bus. They're going to definitely put a lot of bodies in that back line to make sure that he is taken care of, and Coleman will be covered as well. I agree with that. Okay.
I need my players back.
There you go. Something to look forward to. On the other side of, so there's 2 games going on in Manchester, which is, I think that's pretty unique itself, that they'll have on Boxing Day, 2 matchups going, obviously one with Manchester City, and then later on in the day, Manchester United versus Wolves will be a matchup that they have. I'll double check, make sure that's the same day. But Manchester United have struggled under their new manager, Ruben Arimjob, and Amarin. Excuse me, I say that wrong sometimes. Amarin, and while Wolves under Piera are energized and possibly could be a team that is witnessing or experiencing a new manager bounce. Can they push this into a confidence boost for themselves? Let me double check here.
Yeah, Wolves are at home. It's not. They're not both playing.
Yeah, Wolves at home. Excuse me. So, so will it be Wolves holding court at home against Manchester United?
They've got a little bounce now, Wolves. So hopefully, this will be a tough game for United. Wolves have got enough good players to hurt United if they play well, if it's a good performance. So, yeah, I'll go for a Wolves win. I'll go for 3-1. Go for 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
New manager bounce continues.
The new manager bounce continues. I got you. How about for you, Brian?
Same, actually. Yeah, same score.
Molyneux going to be good for them. 3-1.
Yeah, same score as Lee. Yeah, I think Pereira, the latest, Portuguese guy through the door. Don't know anything about it. Very early. But it doesn't really seem to matter at the moment who Man United play. Bournemouth very well organized, very much further along in their journey, their progression under new manager. This guy has no time, but still, I think 3-1 actually seems a bit high. I'll say 2-1. I won't. I say 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 to the 2-0. I won't say the Wolves. 2-0 to Wolves. 2-0 to Wolves.
Okay. JK, what do you got on this one?
Wolves 3, United 2.
Wolves 3, United 2. Okay.
Yeah, I think the general consensus being that United are getting beat.
Yeah.
I think would be the
general consensus. In them just takes getting their own performance right. You can definitely beat them tomorrow.
Well, Callum's going with a draw.
Yeah, I saw Callum's going with a draw. Mark has got it 3-2 to the Wolves. I don't know if Phil or Psychedelic Scientist put in a score, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's weird because I just think of it as when it comes to sometimes these games, you have a case where Bournemouth just beat United at home or at Old Toilet with a 3-0 convincing victory as well over United. And
1 second.
What's that? What'd you say, JK?
I think so. Somebody else.
Okay.
Cool,
okay. And it's just they do, Callum. You're right. They do. The firepower isn't exactly overwhelming in this game. I see. Scientist has it 2-1 to Wolves. Everyone has Wolves winning at home.
I'm banking on Junior and Strand Larson and Co to perform. and get a
The
few
Liverpool channel. This is what I expect. I expect a 100% Wolves at home. Callum is just taking the edge off it a little bit there, but come on, it's Christmas. If we can't back a Wolves win, and like it's Stephen's Day. Like we looked at the thing yesterday. I know it's a long time ago, but the craziest like Stephen's Day of all time, or Boxing Day, as I say, like it's a little bit different. You'll get some weird results tomorrow. It just is because, like say, us, a lot of these games are going to be under the lights. Lots of people very festive and merry from the weekend. There's going to be lots of big atmospheres. You're going to get a few freaky results tomorrow. That's why I'm adding on like 1 and 2 goals to all if I think someone's going to win 1-0, I'm saying it's a 3 or a 3-1 because you're just going to get those games tomorrow. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's just one of those days. You get some mad ones. You're definitely going to get some mad. That's how I'm looking at Forest, Spurs, Palace, Bournemouth, Wolves, Man United as sort of like the opposite of a mortgage job. Don't put your money anywhere near these kind of games because anything could happen kind of shit.
Yeah.
What we're all hoping, because it's good when you get a load of games on the same day. Usually they try and break them up as much as they can, but other than the 2 on Friday, you pretty much just got your whole schedule tomorrow. Everybody is playing tomorrow. It's all that creates. Yeah, you're going to see some weird results definitely tomorrow. Some good score lines. Hopefully, but it ain't a day for a nil. Not Stephen's Day. It ain't a day for a nil. He says, fingers crossed.
Right, exactly.
Time,
So let's go 0-0. Wolves United, right?
Yeah, Liverpool, Leicester, 0-0. Oh, Jesus.
Right.
That is.
Put that into the universe. That's not.
No, well, look, that's the one that you don't want. You just want us to go out and beat that game. It's like,
that's definitely not happening.
Yeah, everyone goes home because it's a late game. Everyone's had plenty of let's just say, festive cheer tomorrow by the time they get to the ground. Under the lights, lots of songs. So I'm expecting a great atmosphere at Anfield tomorrow. A really good atmosphere. And the Leicester fans, they'll have travelled up. They'll be there for a reason. They'll be there to make some noise. So, raucous game, good game. And what do they usually bring, JK? What usually happens then? Goals, right? Under the lights at Anfield. You just need one to trigger it off. Let them have 2 over the course of the game. Let's have a 5-2. Just for the, it's Stephen. Let's have some fun. Let's have a proper game. 4-0, 5-1, something like that. Lots of goals, lots of entertainment. Everyone goes home happy. That's what I'm expecting tomorrow. Again, I'll put that one out into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's put that one out into the universe.
There you go. All right. Well, then, obviously, the last game, last but not least, and certainly we save the best for last. That's how I look at it. We have our home matchup against Leicester. I know Ant is going to be there at the game, so maybe we can get his perspective from the game. Maybe we can set something up. We're obviously not going to be able to get something for the pregame with Ant, but Ant has been a very, very cool person to be, giving support, showing support for the channel, and he is a very knowledgeable football supporter as well out there. So it'd be great to hear his experience at the game and what he thought was his perception of how the game worked out. But top of the table is where you find Liverpool. I repeat, top of the table is where you find us. And we will look to extend our unbeaten run against Leicester, who have been, it's a nice way of putting it, but they have been truly leaking goals lately. Salah is in brilliant form, obviously, as always. And with this game, he has the potential to reach 100 Premier League goals at Anfield. So it's just another record set up for Salah to put on his list and cross off. I think Liverpool should be comfortable in this game and getting the 3 points. Anything short would be a major upset. So I'm really looking forward to see what we see the lineup for this game be as well. We have some players that are pretty decently rested, in that we were able to rest a lot of players for that League Cup game, and it provided us some well-needed legs in the Spurs matchup. And now we go into this game, I think, with players anxious to get involved in this fixture at home. There's only 2 games left before 2025. This one and West Ham. West Ham is going to be on the road, and I think that we'll probably end up seeing a very similar lineup that we saw for our last matchup against the Spurs be the lineup that you see be brought out for Anfield. So what do you have for this game? What's your predictions for this game? And we'll go into a more in-depth rundown tomorrow before the roll call. But for this game, what do you have as your predictions? And I'll put them down and I'll repeat them tomorrow so that you can refer to them tomorrow when we do the in-depth one. But let's begin with Brian, then go Lee, then we'll go to JK. Brian, what do you have as being your prediction for tomorrow?
I would say we score 4. Do we let one in? Look, it's a game of football. Anything can happen. So I'll give him a go, as I usually do sometimes. I'll give him a go, and I'll give us 4. So I go to 4-1.
4-1. Okay.
I'll do like goal score and when we see the team and we know who's playing.
Yeah.
But right now, off the top of my head, I'll go with a 4-1.
Okay. How about for you, Lee? What do you have for this matchup tomorrow?
I'm going to go for the shock 2-1 away win for Leicester.
No, you're not. Stop. No, you're not.
No, I'm going to go for a 4-0. And we're going to have a really good performance. Like we beat them 4-0 at Leicester when we won the title, on the way to the title, yeah. And we won 4-0 at their ground. It'll be that type of performance. It was just totally dominate.
Okay. JK?
Straight 3-0.
3-0.
Even though I wanted to say 8-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to.
I'd like to know how. I'd like to see how they actually set up. Now I know, like, as in, they'll come out in a 4-2-3-1 most likely, but I meant like as in how if they're going to put a lot of people, if they're going to like basically try to pack the bus or pack the box with 4 or 5, 6 players, as opposed to actually trying to go at it against us.
We've still got some decent players, Leicester. It's not that bad a squad. It's better than some of the other Premier League squads anyway. Whether they'll stay up, I don't know. But they've still got some decent players, haven't they? I just see anything in it for them tomorrow. I think we'll be good off the back of the Spurs thing. And we'll just take it all in our stride and hand out a good performance and beating to them.
Yeah. Got Connor Cody in defense. Got Hermanson in goal. Obviously got the Red Bull King, Jamie Vardy up at the point for them. So it should be something that they will look like they want to get some type of result. And they now have Rude involved. They have Rude involved in
Mr. Ed. The talking horse.
Yeah. There was talks about like there were some talks about possibly Rude joining joining this this coaching group here. Actually, I didn't understand why and how they why people were saying other than the Dutch connection, but having that being that he did just coach.
Hey, Dutch is flavour of the month, and he's Dutch and he's top of the league, mate. Let's still look at that.
I never heard that one.
Let's go Dutch.
I mean, the only thing I can think is the PSV. You know, I don't know. Like he's with someone, and yeah, that's a new one. I never heard that one. That he was on our radar. The only thing I knew was that he was going to get the Man United job when they sacked Ten Hag. That was the plan. Where they knew if they're going to sack Ten Hag, it was like, right, we got Van Rude there ready to go. But then I think they panicked, which, I mean, obviously they panicked because they gave the guy a new deal and then sacked him. You know, if that's not panicking, I don't know what is. But then they said, right, okay, they panicked twice more by saying, right, we want Amorim now. Let's go and pay the thing, because they backed themselves to bring in Van Nistelrooy and take up the slack. Then they, capitulated on that. Then they went to Sporting and they were like, oh, yeah, that release clause thing. Yeah, no, that's cool. But the season has started. So, that actually was going to cost you more now. Because that's a release clause in the summer. Like the season has started now. All this shit. So it's actually going to cost you even more now to break him out of his gardening leave thing. It's like, yeah, he can leave Sporting, but we have a thing in his contract, that gardening leave thing, where you can't work for somebody else for like another month or 3 months or what. It's like, but we can forget about that if you pay us even more money. And Man United are just like, where do we sign? Write the check, write the check, write the check, write the check. Write the check to sign Ten Hag up to a new deal. Write the check to sign him or sack him, get rid of his backroom staff. Write the check to bring in Amorim, then realize actually there's a surcharge on that because you've left it too late, is another 3 million. Okay, write the check for that. Then write the check for all his staff to come in. Then write the check to get rid of Ruud van Nistelrooy. I mean, and then at the same time, but we need to sack 300 employees who earn the least money. What a club, what a club. Can you imagine if we did? Can you imagine if we did what they did in the space of 3 months, what they've just done? Can you imagine if we did that in 3 years? People would be burning effigies of our owners and get rid of them. They don't know what they're doing. They are a mess, a complete shambles, an utter shambles. So hopefully they get another spanking at the weekend. Wolves, just do what they do. Play well against a big team and make them look silly. I'm all for it.
I think Callum's right that they have got a decent record at Wolves, and they're a team that they tend to get results against. But I'm backing Wolves in this one. That the sting from the Bournemouth game and the uplift for Wolves from their 3-0 victory will be enough to get them a second victory. And
Everyone has a good record against Wolves. Everyone does. No, but they do in the last 10 years. If you look at it, everyone will have a good record against them. Not just Manchester United. They're Wolves. Most people have a good record against them. They're just one of those teams. If you're not ready, they've got Cunha, they've got these guys, they've got guys in midfield. If you're not ready for them, they'll do you up. They will. So, yeah, this guy's going to get with new tactics and people who aren't fit to play it. So
it's a piss poor defense. This Wolves defense. They were all right when they had Willy Bowley and Kilman and whoever else it was with a back three under Nuno. That was a good defense, but the defense they've got at the moment is shambolic, isn't it?
Only needs to be better than Man United's attack.
So, let's see. Callum, I don't know if I saw a score from Callum. I originally thought that was your scorers, but that's not your scorers. Because I saw a psychedelic scientist put in that he thinks. I guess you're saying it's going to be 5 goals for us. What do you have it for them? I see the 5 scores that you have for us. Do you have them scoring at all, or do you have us getting a clean sheet, psychedelic scientists? And let's see, Marque was talking about he's unsure who starts at the 10, who starts at our left wing, and who starts at striker for us. I think that we don't have to go with the quote unquote preferred choice that this coach is starting to make his preferred choice being a front 4 of Salah, Dom, Cody.
Yeah, he went 1-1.
Diaz. Go ahead.
No, sorry, just checking. Yeah, Callum went 1-1. Wolves United 1-1.
Oh, count 1.
Yeah, 1-1. 1-1.
Oh, he went for a draw.
Yeah. 1-1 draw. I was thinking he'd said it, but I just wanted to check back. So Callum went with a 1-1 draw. Wolves United.
Oh no, I'm talking about this score. I have a score for last time. I meant for Liverpool Leicester.
Oh, for Liverpool Leicester, he went 4-1, I think.
I didn't see that. I didn't see the score. I saw a 4-0 mark. Okay, I see it now. It's higher up. 4-0.
5-1. 5-1.
5-1. We got you.
Yeah.
And 5-0. I see the scores now. And Bonkers has it 4-0. Everyone has it being a blowout.
Yeah, big scores, big wins. I mean, I hope Ant has a nice train journey up and nice one back, but I don't think he's going to have the best day out at Anfield. I don't. Yeah.
With it being 8 o'clock kickoff as well, it should be a good atmosphere.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, yeah, huge atmosphere. On Stephen's Day, everyone's been, like you say, full of the old Christmas spirit, but
should be a good one.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, like, it'll be interesting because, I mean, you will see some type of rotation to kind of keep us fresh.
Are we going to do a quick team prediction or?
Sure, you can do. I have a team prediction if you want. I don't have a graphic.
Were we planning to it, or
I was going to do a more in-depth one tomorrow, but you can do one for yourself right now.
You want to do a quick one? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. What would be your who would you see as your lineup?
Top of my head. Any fitness updates? No.
No, just primarily just Bradley and Konate are the only 2 people out.
I think Jota might start.
Jota, exact. That's my question. See, that's my main question. Jota, is he? Do we see?
Yeah, I see him starting this one and getting a couple of goals. Jota, I think there's a brace in this game for him if we play well and supply him with any half decent chances. I think maybe Gackers might get the nod on the left. I don't know, and Diaz might get a rest. What else could be
That's
different?
your question, you see.
Don't see Szoboszlai being left out. I think with Sobo's performance against Spurs, he'll probably play him straight away again. But Curtis will have minutes. Like whoever he replaces, he'll come in for minutes, I think. But I reckon Szoboszlai will start again. And we know McAllister and Gravenberch are going to start. Tsimikas, perhaps. Tsimikas could come in at left back, couldn't he, for the game?
Oh, you got it. You heard it. You're rotating. Tsimikas, I don't know about that one, but yeah. Tsimikas may be off the bench, but I don't think Tsimikas got the start.
It's a good game for Jota to make like his start and debut again at home against Leicester. While we're playing well, I think it'd be a good one for him. A couple of goals.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it too. I would go Ali, Robbo, Virgil, Gomez, Trent, Grav, Mac, Dom, Salah, Jota. Who do I drop? Who's dropping out? I think Cody had a quiet game last, so yeah, give Diaz a nod maybe. So Diaz on the left, Jota in the middle, Salah on the right, Dom, Mac, Grav, Robbo, Gomez, VVD, Trent, Ali. Yep.
Sounds formidable, doesn't it? That lineup.
Not sure what he's thinking. I can't even kind of do a predicted Arnie Slot one because I'm not sure if he's thinking. A lot will depend on how fit Jota is. I think if he's
might just
rarely
be a full
goes
half for him. Have we seen a full half from him yet? Did he get a full half against Fulham?
No, it is a bit kind of early, but yeah, I'm kind of basing it on Jota's fit and ready to go. So okay, make it easy for myself. Put him in. Then yeah, maybe give Diaz a shot on the left over Cody. Don't know though, right? Yeah, but that's my only two is the left wing and therefore center forward. If you know what I mean, that would be my own. The rest of it to me kind of picks itself, especially Dom. Dom right now, get him back in the team. Take that form, take that energy, take all that good stuff. Go out and do it again, man. Go out and do it again. You know, don't forget how good you were at that. Get him right back on the pitch.
Yeah, his link up with Salah was
really
good. Against Spurs, linked up with Mo brilliantly in that game. You want to see that again?
Yeah, let's see more of that, and then. But yeah, Gakpo, Diaz, that's up to you really. And then if Jota's fit, if he isn't, then you go with the other two, and then. But yeah, it's only that little area, that left wing striker kind of area that to me I'd have any doubt about. But I'm with 12th man. I don't think it's the Simcast. No. Yeah, Robbo will start.
Be hard to leave Diaz out after them scoring two if Jota comes back. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm.
But Slot might do it. There's nothing saying Slot won't do that. He might do. He might decide to rest him.
Like we say, nice problems to have, right? Oh, which of my brilliantly informed players do I leave out? It's better than Jesus. Have we got an under 18 lad we can call up to the bench? It's yeah, I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah, we have Nolante with us as well. Nolante, how are you doing?
How you doing, guys? Big up always my co-host JK Brian Lee. As always, big up the chat. And it seems everyone managed to get out of the Christmas Day family meetings to do the call.
Yeah. This way you can skip out on the caroling. How about that?
Yeah. No extra gravy. I get it. No extra gravy. I get it.
No extra gravy for that one.
No, at this point, at 20-11 on a Christmas Day, no more gravy is needed. I think we can pretty much. Gravy has been, enough gravy. Enough gravy.
I don't know. Have you seen? Why is there a saying? Like I saw Goldbridge in a game. It was against. I think it was against. I want to say against the Spurs game because there's a bunch of goals that they scored, and he kept saying, "Give me some gravy, give me some gravy." He kept talking about gravy. I don't understand.
He's from the north. They're from the north. He's from the north. They like gravy on everything. Basically, it's very cold up there, so you pour like gravy in your chips, on your tea, maybe even on your I don't know, but yeah, big gravy.
I don't know about, that sounds disgusting, by the way, pouring gravy on your tea. But okay,
it's called Bovril. It's called Bovril. It's basically gravy granules, and they make tea out of it. It's called Bovril, and it's like that's huge in England. It is literally they drink gravy. Yes, it's fucking disgusting. It's horrible. But it's literally basically gravy granules that they pour boiling water on, and they make a drink out of it. Like they call it a drink. It's literally just
we like it. I like it.
Oh man, yeah, Bovril. It's like, do you want a cup of? No, I don't want Bovril.
Or an Oxo drink where you crush up an
Oxo. Oxo is literally a gravy company, and they trick people. Oh no, this isn't gravy in a cup. It's Oxo drink, No, you're drinking
That's what
gravy.
you drink if you've got no milk. If you've run out of milk and you want a hot drink, you can crumble an OXO cube into your cup and lob the hot water over it. There you go. Nice meaty drink for you.
Yeah,
So,
look, there you go. Psychedelic. He knows they drink pints of gravy. Pints. You go north of north of Birmingham, man, it's gravy for days.
Okay. All right. Well, to each is their own. I am not drinking pints of gravy, nor am I drinking tea with gravy with
If
my
anyone
tea.
ever offers you a
the
cup of
invented
Barbaro when you get
bottles
to
and
England,
shit
just say
like
no. Fine. Don't want Barbaro.
polar expeditions.
Oh,
You know, when they
trust
went
me.
like to explore the
Trust
North
me.
Pole or something, they had bottle then.
Absolutely no way I'm doing that one. Nalante, you want to get a score in real quick if you want, or even maybe if you want to bring a team prediction, you can do that too. We're going to go more in depth tomorrow before the roll call, but just since we're here and we still have about like 15 minutes left, a little bit under before we get to the 2-hour mark. We're doing Liverpool Leicester game.
Leicester, yeah. Cool. 12. I think possibly Slot would rotate. In my opinion, I could be highly wrong, but I think it's Leicester. I mean, let's be real, it's Leicester. We should be wiping the floor with them. And then we've got the West Ham game 3 days later, so I think he'll rotate a bit. In terms of team selection, it's in my opinion, I would go like this: Alisson in goal. I'll same back 3. I would rest Robbo. Play Simi. Midfield of Graver Mac. The front, in the man playing in the 10, I would actually start Elliot. And then the wings, and then the front 3. This is a good. I'll put Joe up top, Mo and Diaz. That'll be my team lineup.
Okay.
That'll be my 11.
All right.
11. In terms of score, I'm at 4-0.
Okay. 4-0. Make sure I get your score in there. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good one. So anything you guys wanted to bring up before we push out? We got about 10 minutes left, so we got plenty of time to talk about whatever you guys would like to talk about before we end today's little Boxing Day preview. Lee, Brian, Delonte, is there anything you guys want to share with the group or with the chat? No. Mueller.
Nilante is new. Nilante, you only just joined, so is anything you were?
Not really. I mean, from what I can think of, there's stuff, but I've already talked about it before, so I don't want to be an old repeatist. What I will say is that Carragher is just trying to get the love back in from the fans with Salah. He upset a few with his comments.
Yeah,
I don't think his comments were that bad, if I'm honest. I kind of understand his perspective, but again, there'll always be some fans will overreact. Oh yes, that's the thing. The overreaction of Salah and his Christmas picture. My word, jeez.
Yeah, that's been
every year. Every single year.
Yeah, exactly it.
Wearing a jumper? Is there a crucifix? Yeah, is there a thing in the background?
Bro.
It's like, jeez, man. Okay, like I get like in recent years, it has become quite like a talking point because in this part of Western Europe, it's just literally kind of accepted that everybody celebrates Christmas. But nobody has ever. I've never met anybody in my life that has had a kind of aggressively negative view towards somebody who doesn't celebrate it. You know, it's just like, oh, cool. Oh, you don't do. Oh, sweet. Oh, I get it. So you're not going to be
Yeah.
doing. Oh, so I won't ask you again, kind of thing. You know, you meet some people and go, hey, so what you doing for Christmas? Like, we don't celebrate it. It's like, oh, okay. So you're not, I was like, cool. Okay, cool. It's not like, why? What? I'm not going to, oh, why? What's wrong with you? Oh, you want to come and live in Ireland and you don't celebrate Christmas? No, I don't give a fuck. I don't
My
give a
mum
fuck.
and
It's like,
dad don't celebrate Christmas or birthdays because they
loads of people don't, man.
Yeah.
don't know what birthdays are
It's up to
about.
them.
Witnesses like, but they don't have Christmas either. You reckon he was born on a different day or something is their thing.
I mean, like that's. Yeah, I'm going to go into anyone on the panel what their views are, but yeah, it's not even just sort of like there are like Christians, as it were, who don't celebrate. You know, that's a newer kind of thing to me. It's just sort of like, but to me, it's just like, why wouldn't?
Cromwell ate Christmas as well. Cromwell ate
Yeah, it's a
Christmas
couple of days off work, even if you don't celebrate it. If you work here, you're going to get a week off work, basically. If you're not like a Puritan, you don't drink alcohol or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, enjoy it. A few days off work.
Mince pies, Cromwell, didn't he?
Every now and again, I feel as I get older, I feel more jealous for people who don't celebrate because it's like you get all the benefits of it. They don't have to buy people presents. They don't have to show up at people's dinners, and you know, but you still get all of that. You get if you wanted to, you can go out and like if you're just like someone who isn't like you can just there's nothing stopping you going to a Christmas party just because you don't believe in fucking Santa Claus. You know, it's just like but yeah, now you don't have to but also you don't have to buy everybody loads of fucking presents and go to everyone's Christmas shit. Like, you know, when you're a little bit younger, it's great crack. You know, it's all about people coming home. But in Ireland, especially, a lot of in Ireland, a lot of what Christmas is about, because we're such a diaspora, as it were. In Ireland, a lot of what Christmas is about is people coming home for Christmas. It's people coming home from America, coming home from England, coming home from Australia. Even if you're from Waterford or if you're Mayo, your kids will have moved to Dublin or they will have moved to Cork. So they're coming home for Christmas. That's a huge part of it. What it's really actually about in Ireland is going to the pub and meeting people you haven't seen in a year or 2 years because they weren't home last Christmas or whatever it might be. That's a really huge part of it. To me, that's actually
this thing with Mo, and I ain't seen it. Is there a picture of Mo dressed up as Santa Claus and they don't like it? Some people.
oh, he did one thing and then he was pictured in front of a Christmas tree and then he did something else. Yeah, it didn't matter what he did. He was like
I haven't heard about
disrespecting
it.
some religion. Yeah.
I haven't heard it.
Yeah, his kids are born in England and it's like try and explain to your kids. They're like, oh, all my friends are like having this big fun day. You know, why aren't we doing this? It's like, oh, well, look, we'll do it anyway, kind of thing, because they're not like. But yeah, man, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you put a picture up, and he appears to be acting in a kind of Christian kind of way. That drew a lot of ire, as they say. But that happens every year, man.
He's a prophet in Islam, isn't he? Jesus. He's a prophet in the Quran, isn't he? Jesus, I think. A fella. Do you believe in him?
Yeah, he was in Spider-Man #1 as well. Apparently, he's been in all the good books. He's in all the good books.
Big up, Trudon. Let me share with you why I asked about the whole thing about actually let's make this full screen here. Why I asked about this here. Let me include this. This is on Fan Reactions Hub. FANREACTIONS Hub HUB. You can go to our channel if you want to check this out. I'm not going to make it a big screen. I don't really care about watching him do it, but let me see. I add it to the screen here. This is why I was wondering. This is when United scored against Spurs.
Give me some of that gravy. Give me some of that gravy.
They're playing?
Give me some of that gravy. 3-0, 3-1. Manchester United are back in it. Xerxes just had a chance.
Did it
My
play?
word. Yeah, I heard all
Okay,
that.
I'm making sure. I don't know what it was, but he was all about the gravy right there. That's why I was like, I didn't
That's
know.
weird. Yeah.
Mark's
Give me some
all
of that
about
gravy. Give me some of that gravy. I was like, okay, bro. All right, settle down. Settle down. I understand.
it.
We all like
That's
gravy.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair, man. That's it. Yeah.
Oh man, it was pretty funny. But yeah, he was all about it. I think he even said it again. To be honest with you, kind of interesting. But yeah, I love watching the fan reactions. Yeah, wait, hold on. I gotta show you too. Again, I think he did say it again. This is why I was wondering too, because this is when they scored again. Hopefully, if it doesn't play, I'll play it again. But
Goal! I'm on 2. Get in. Give me some of that gravy. This is now, I'm just going to say it. We're back. 3-2. Ooh, Angie himself.
okay.
Look at that. That's the look of a man who's farted and thinks he's followed through. He can't believe it. He's looking at the floor. Yes, I've shit myself. I have. Hashtag prep.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
That was kind of funny though when he said that. I was laughing. And this guy right here, I want to. Oh my goodness, this guy. I forget his name, but he's the Flying Pig United, right? Flying Pig United. I would like to say that he should certainly look into hitting some type of like check on the old ticker, because he is intense when it comes to his reactions and everything else. Some of the reactions on there, it's been a fun couple of years watching Manchester United and the goal reactions that you get to see from the watch alongs. Obviously, what's interesting about watch alongs is most likely on watch alongs, they're not tuning in to watch you rejoice or enjoy whatever it is that you're getting into. They're tuning in to watch you suffer in pain. And that guy the last guy that was about to start talking there, his takes are wild. He has some crazy takes where like I'm just like, hey man, just breathe. Stop drinking. I don't know if he's drinking pints of gravy too, but just breathe. Just breathe. It's pretty funny. But yeah, there is hopefully they don't have hopefully the goal reactions that we get to see are funnier ones than that. But he is all about that gravy. Give me some of that gravy. Give me some of that gravy. It's pretty funny. Have you seen those reactions, Lee, by any chance?
Not before. No.
Okay. I don't know if anyone in the chat seen it. I see our panel's on mute, most of them. So I don't know if the chat's seen some of those reactions, but some of them are golden.
Well, they ended up getting beat anyway, didn't they?
Yeah. Golden. I think the only I like watching Spurs expressions is hilarious. He's hilarious with his goal reactions. I saw him like humping a chair practically on one of the goals they scored. I was like, calm down. But
we've got them again soon, haven't we? After the United game, we've got Spurs and Accrington, haven't we? And the FA and League Cup games.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Forest and Brentford 2 away games, haven't we? After
that, yeah. Okay, all right. I don't know if someone has personally hit you up, Brian. I don't know about the gravy, but it's all good. It is all good. Sometimes it's all about the gravy. All about the gravy. But yes, we are going to be looking at a fun game tomorrow. It's going to be a festive one, as we spoke on earlier. Goal reactions should be festive as well. I'm sure you'll see plenty of people dressed up as the Grinch or dressed up as Jolly Saint Nick, maybe even on there, or maybe one of Santa's helpers. Kicking back after the day off. He's got the day off after, so they're just going to be watching the game as well. I hope that it's an enjoyable one for all of you out there. Whether you celebrate the holiday or don't celebrate the holiday, I still hope that it's a fantastic day for all of you. JK, do you have anything that you'd like to say to people before we push on out?
Yeah. I hope everyone had a good time today, and I hope we have a good time tomorrow with a win. In a weird way, I'm happy it's at the end of the day, so we've got all day to just get our things done, watch the other games, and then sit down and watch us beat Leicester convincingly, I think.
Be great. That would be great. Lee, do you have anything you'd like to say to the brethren?
Just thanks for your contributions, everyone. Everyone in the chat, yeah. Cheers for tuning in. See you again.
Okay. All right. And how about for you, Irishman? Oh, Brian is on mute, so you might have to wait for his goodbye to the people, or at least.
Oh, sorry. Again, I didn't even know that was on mute. I was switched over to another tab. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Look, Christmas night. I hope everybody had a great day. Has a fantastic evening. What's left of it? There's plenty of time left. So if you're having a Christmas show or Christmas party at home with your friends, family, the fact that you were dropping in even for an hour or two or half an hour was brilliant. So see you all again tomorrow.
Agreed.
See you again tomorrow.
Roll call, yep.
Yeah,
We've got a
roll call for tomorrow,
yeah.
people. Roll call so that, like, in case you didn't get your scores in, or if you want to amend your scores when you see the lineups, you can always do so tomorrow. We will have everything set up for you and hopefully have a great show on tap for you tomorrow. But Nolante, do you have anything you'd like to say to the people?
Yeah, just again, hope everyone had a great Christmas day with friends and families, loved ones, whether you celebrate or not. Enjoy the day. We go again and have a Boxing Day. Enjoy the family with a bit of gravy, with some chicken mo, and with some Diaz potato salad on top. Then yeah, it should be a nice night tomorrow night. Thank you. Good night. God bless everyone.
Definitely. Wish the best to everyone's families. Hope that things are going well, and if they're not, I hope that they continue to get better, at least day by day. We will have a roll call for you guys tomorrow, but simply put, it's all about the gravy.
Sir.
It's all about the gravy. I
was waiting for that about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. You couldn't end today's Christmas.
That's poor, E12.
Yeah,
Kept
exactly.
JK waiting. That's poor. Shame on you, 12. Shame on you.
No, I thought he was going to press the button. Now he's going to do it.
Right.
But you did it, bro. Nice one.
Oh, big up. So we will get with you guys tomorrow. Please do join us tomorrow for roll call. We'll be up bright, or at least for me, it'll be bright and early. And we will hopefully be looking at some interesting scores from earlier, possibly some scores that end up going in our favor. And most of all, we would say up the Reds, people, up the Reds. So until tomorrow, we will bid you adieu, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.